Hey, it's Chelsea Matrix.
And I'm Sam Scher, and we're the hosts of Button Mashers.
Our friends over at Phantom EFX are bringing you their new title, Darkest of Days, this September 8th for Xbox and PC.
Hey, I'm Dave Klein of GameZombie.tv, and I'm here with Dan Paladin, the artist for Alien Hominid and Castle Crashers, and also the upcoming game number 3. Who knows what it'll really be called? I don't know. Do you even know what it's going to be called?
No, I don't. We argue about that name all the time, actually. That's
okay. So nobody knows what it's going to be called, but...
No, not at all.
All right, well, hopefully something awesome, preferably.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, so how long have you been drawing for or doing artwork?
As long as I can remember, really. For video games, about 9 years now.
Yeah, so was, I guess Alien Hominid was your first big smash hit. And how long did you take to design the characters and work on all the animations for that?
Oh, good. Jeez. It was like a 2 year, no, it was like about 18 months for Alien Hominid, and it was about 3 years for Castle Crashers.
Yeah, there's just so much going on in Castle Crashers. It just must have been like a ridiculous amount of, I don't know, drawing. There's so many different characters. Was that hard at points where you're just like, why did I do this?
It's more like you take it, if you think of everything at once, you'll be so overwhelmed you won't want to do it. But if I just think of it like one day at a time, okay, this guy needs a couple attack animations, you know, then it's not so bad.
Within the Castle Crashers universe, since there are so many characters, were there any in particular that you really had fun creating?
Yeah, my favorite guy to animate was the Barbarian boss, the really big guy. He was a lot of fun because I got to just draw all fresh frames for him. And I also really liked to do the painter boss, but I only did one part of the painter boss. Tom Fault did the rest. So the story behind that one is Tom liked to do placeholder artwork for stuff that he really felt strong about, like he really wanted something to be a certain way. So he would draw a version of it, and then I would do my version. And so basically all of his placeholder art looked like the things that the guy painted, all those really bright things. They always cracked me up, so I was like, man, we got to put those in the game somewhere. People will love these. And so what the painter boss creates is actually Tom's art.
Yeah. So what would you say is the most difficult character to animate?
Actually, probably, you know, the Barbarian boss was probably the hardest, but he was also the most fun.
The most fun, but the hardest. I guess it was rewarding at least.
Yeah, we like the challenges, you know? So.
Okay, so when you start off on, or when you start the game of Castle Crashers, which knight do you choose to play as?
Green. Yeah, that's my favorite. Tom's favorite's orange. Everybody has like a different favorite, so it works out well.
So, yeah. So now that I'm seeing you in person, I have to go play Castle Crashers again, watch the intro, and be like, does this really look like him?
I wouldn't recognize myself from that, but some people do that come by the booth.
It could have been one of the most badass high fives though in gaming history.
Yeah, but there's like a rainbow that flashes, so I don't know how badass it is.
You guys have a lot of like really wacky ideas which are in the game. It's really fun to play. Where do you guys just come up with those in random, or how do you guys get that in the game?
It's kind of like when you get real tired and slap happy and everything's funny. When we're working really late nights, sometimes it's like, you know, it'd be funny, guys. We're having owl poop everywhere, you know. And then we just kind of kept going and adding more animals pooping all over the place.
So is Game 3 going to have the same type of wacky humor style that were in the previous games?
Yeah, there should be some really funny stuff in there. Like the main character is kind of psychotic, and he's always feeling like several emotions at the same time. So he has some kind of funny sequences and things like that.
So is there any particular theme you're really going for Game 3? Like Alien Hominid was obviously the alien and the more futuristic, and then Castle Crashers was all medieval for the most part until, I guess, the aliens invade and wacky stuff. But what about Game 3?
Well, there's not really like a time period, but there is like there's a definite setting of where you are. That hasn't been revealed yet. But yeah, there's a very strong single-player story to accompany all of the things that we've been showing you right now, which are like online multiplayer modes. That's what we're showing, but we haven't really told you about the story yet, so it's a little confusing, and we know that. And
right now, we only know a little slice of it.
That's right. Yeah, just a little hint.
So do you guys have a larger team now working on Game 3, or is it just the same team as you guys had before?
No, same guys. I mean, we've hired just like maybe 1 or 2 guys, but I mean, we're always under like 10 people. So yeah, it's just like a very small group.
All right, great. So what's your favorite feature that I guess you could talk about that's in Game 3?
Well, I really like the whale mode, personally, which is all about chasing after a golden whale, and when you get close to it, it spits out gold, you take it, and you gotta run it to a safe that's flying around. And then but so if somebody kills you, you drop all your gold. So like that mode to me is the craziest because things can change so much in like 1 second. For me, that's my favorite mode. Everybody at the office has a different favorite mode, which is so cool to me because, you know, like we have enough great stuff that nobody can really agree on what's the best thing. So that's exactly what we try to do. Like with Castle Crashers, same thing. Nobody wanted to play the same nights. We're all different. And as long as we can achieve that, then I feel like we're getting really close. So that's why we say 2010, because it just feels really solid right now.
Awesome. So Game 3 sometime 2010. Yeah. And again, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks.
It's been great. It's awesome that you can do what you love and just spend time creating constantly. No problem.
GameZombie TV.